What's up, people? I'm back. I'm trying to keep it rolling here. But I got a few views actually on a couple of my last videos I made, so that was progress. Anyway, my hair is a mess, so this is why you see me with hats on and these videos. But so I thought I would come back on here and like do a update per se about my last couple of videos I made. Like, I know that in those videos I was talking about a situationship I was in or whatever, and which I thought was moving into a relationship. The last video I made, I told y'all that I sent him a text, and basically I ended it because I felt like I was being like BS'd, and like that his intentions were not pure with me, and like I just didn't like where it was headed, like from the previous story I told. If you want to watch those videos, you can go back and watch those last videos to see what I'm talking about. But fast forward, that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Fast forward, we ended up talking again. Now, I have this thing where I am very, 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 very forgiving with people. Not saying he did anything like that was horrendous or anything to me, like that was unforgivable or anything like that. I mean, I had forgiven him already. We were cool. I was cool. We didn't talk because he didn't, text me right away. He didn't respond to me right away or whatever. Of course, I ended up reaching out to him again because I wanted to be sure. I wanted to be like, look, are we cool or what? Because I'm not trying to end it. You know what I mean? Like, I ended up reaching back out to him. And we talked or whatever. And he was basically saying how this, and I didn't like his response either. Because he was saying that basically, because I have boundaries, I have boundaries set for how I think a relationship should be, how I think it should be in my head. Like, I have this vision of how I want my relationship in my head or whatever, and all of this. And he understand I got boundary, or he understand I have certain standards for my relationship or whatever, but basically just trying to shit on my standards, pretty much saying he don't, you know what I mean? He get where I'm coming from with it, but saying it without saying it, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just kind of like, is that what you saying? Like, do you not want a woman with standards, with boundaries, or any of that? Like, you just saying it like what I'm saying is crazy. Like, and he basically was saying, well, yeah, I was tired and I drove all this way to get to you, and I told you, I mean, I ain't have no suggestions because I was waiting on somebody else's car, and all these excuses. Like, bruh, to me, when you want somebody, you gonna do anything to get to them. If you made plans with me, you need to do any and everything to keep those plans with me, because this is still a critical point in our relationship where I'm still looking at you like, do I really see a relationship in the future with you? And you steady standing me up, doing all this extra stuff, communication skills suck, all this. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it was a lame excuse. It was just like you putting it back on me like I'm asking for too much for holding you accountable for what you told me we was about to do. Yes, it seems like you just want to have sex with me. And then he was like, well, I did want to chill with you and stuff like that. And I didn't necessarily want to go out. That's all you had to say. This is my whole point. Be clear about your intentions with people. You didn't want to go out that night. You didn't want to go on no date. You didn't want to take me out nowhere. You wanted to link up, have sex with me, link up late night, have sex with me. That's what you wanted to do. Instead, you give me the idea and you put in my head that we going on this date. So now that's what I'm thinking about. So when that don't happen and it sounds crazy to me, the excuse, yes, I'm going to be mad. So I was just like, man, I don't know what to do with this situation. Like, I know I had ended it or whatever, but for some reason this guy really has like put his imprint on my heart a little bit, and I don't want to completely give up on it, but at the same time I don't want to fall back into the same patterns I was in my past, where I just keep giving people chance after chance after they keep showing me that they're not willing to do what I'm wanting them to do. You know what I mean? Like, I really want a relationship where I don't have to ask for these things. I don't have to ask for dates. I don't have to think that all you want is sex, all this type of stuff. Like, and at first he was giving me real vibes like we was gonna be in this relationship, you know, going forward. So I don't know. I just let it go. I was just like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So fast forward, we start back talking. He is going on a trip out of the country. And this is around Thanksgiving or whatever. He's getting ready to go on a week-long vacation out of the country or whatever. And I don't really know what I'm getting my dates mixed up. I don't remember if this happened before he went out. I think this was after he came back into no, this was before. This is before he left to go on his vacation. We planned to hook up. Now, it's complicated because sometimes, yes, I do just want to hook up. Yeah, I do. But that's not an everyday occurrence for me. I don't be feeling like, you know, I want to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? If we're dating, yes, there are going to be times where, yeah, we both just want to hook up. Yes, we grown. So this time, that's what we did, because he came and that's what we linked up to do. So we did that or whatever. And I was cool with it because I had already had that in mind of what I wanted to do. Like, that was already in mind. It wasn't no extra shit involved with it. It was just that. So of course I didn't have an issue with it this time. I was just like, cool, that's what I wanted to do. So, but fast forward, he went on his vacation or whatever out of the country, where we had agreed, hey, as long as you reach out to me at least once a day, and I'm working, y'all, so if you see me looking over here and over there, I'm working. As long as you reach out to me at least once a day, text me, some type of communication once a day from over there, you know, because he wasn't going to have access to calling like that, but he does have Wi-Fi, so he can FaceTime and text. So I'm like, just cool, just reach out to me or whatever. And at least once a day or whatever. Cool. We said okay. He said okay. He gets over there. The first day, he reaches out to me multiple times. He reaches out to me as soon as he lands, shows me the view of everything, FaceTime me, whatever. We talk. Then he reached out to me again later that night when he was about getting dressed to go out with all the people that was on the trip with him or whatever. So we FaceTime and talking and everything like that. Cool. That was the first day he got there, first night. So fast forward, through the weekend, like the next 2 days, I didn't hear nothing from him. But you're steady viewing my stories on Instagram. I don't understand that, because the time for it takes for you to view my story on Instagram, you could have texted me and said good morning, hey, can't talk right now, I'm gonna try to call you later, all of this. The time it took for you to sit there and watch my stories on Instagram. So that's starting to get on my nerves. It started getting to me. It started getting on my nerves. And I was like, man, what is up with this dude? Yo, I get that you out of the country, but it's like, bruh. I remember a while ago, I had a friend guy who went out to the same place that he was at, damn near the same place, if not the same place. But he was texting me constantly. Texting me, showing me a view, showing me, texting me, just letting me, just texting me just to say hey or whatever. Good morning, wish you was here, whatever. And me and him wasn't even talking like that. We wasn't together or nothing. We was just friends, and he was doing that. So for you to be like, not contact me for 2 days, and then all of a sudden the third night you contact me late, and then you wondering why I'm dry. Like, I haven't heard from you. And then you like, oh, it's been kind of hard to be in touch with you outside of the room and all this. Bruh, you have to go to your room to go to sleep. Granted, if you drunk, you ain't gonna be thinking about, you might not be thinking about calling me or whatever the case may be. You might just pass out in the bed, whatever. But the next morning when you wake up and open your eyes and you in your room before you get your day started, you can't text me and say, good morning, had a long night, nothing. 2 whole days went by and hear from him. So I was just like, and it was spotty like that the whole week he was there. It was like sometimey, you know what I mean? Then he FaceTimed me like the night before he left. And I'm just like, when I'm mad about stuff or when I'm irritated, it's really hard for me to hide it. So that's why I kind of like I don't like when I'm irritated about something and I still got to communicate with the person, because it's just going to be dry. Like, I don't know. So I didn't say nothing because I was just like, at this point, I'm starting not to care. And so he ended up like coming back and going to like pick up, he had to go to another state first and all of this, and pick up his like belongings and stuff from his family house and everything like that. So I didn't hear from him like that whole day. He called me like the next day when he was getting back to work and all that. Like, oh, yesterday was such a long day. It was a long travel day. I was just like, cool. I didn't have an attitude, and by this time I don't even care no more. So I'm just talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, then couple days later, and I'm just gonna tell you, he's a truck driver. I'm tired of being like he can't eat in and out of town and all. He's a truck driver. So yes, he's in and out of town. And that's what he do. So a couple days later, his route was gonna bring him through to where I am. And so he had planned to see me while he was in his route through here or whatever. Now, I had an opportunity to be like, nah, I'm good. But at this point, I'm about to start treating you like, you know what I'm saying, you treat me. Clearly, you don't want a relationship. You want somebody that you just having sex with. So now I'm about to change my mindset and start dealing with you in that aspect. So I was like, cool. Let me know when you get through here or whatever. I'll let you know. I'll come to you, whatever. So then he calls me back later like, oh, it's going to be late because I stopped and took a nap and now I'm behind schedule, blah, blah, blah. Cool. It didn't bother me. I was just like, cool. It really didn't bother me one way or another. I was just like, okay. So, mind you, he's supposed to be in town for the whole weekend after this. This was like a random day of the week, Wednesday or something. But he's supposed to be in town the whole weekend, that following weekend. So I was just like, okay, well, we'll see each other the weekend. Cool. Now, Thursday comes, I think, and he's like, oh, I got good news and bad news. And I was like, cool, what's the bad news? Well, I'm not coming to the city this weekend because I ended up taking some more work. I figure I need some more work since I've been out of town, and I should pick up extra work and, just keep driving since I missed out on money and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, cool, what's the good news? Okay. He like, good news is I love you, I really love you, and I'm sorry, and this and that. And I was like, cool. I mean, you gotta work. I'm not mad. You gotta work. Like, that's how you make money. Go ahead. Like, what? I wouldn't be mad about you choosing to go to work over, you know what I'm saying, coming here or whatever. If you're not gonna make no money coming here or whatever. I wasn't mad. So that happened last weekend. Fast forward to now. Like, between last week and now, my feelings have fluctuated for him. Because back last week, I was willing to meet up with him just to hook up that one day he was coming through town. And I was willing to see him the weekend following that too, if he would have came to town, but he chose to go to work, which is cool. Okay, this is a week later now. This is actually Wednesday, the next week. So I kind of been avoiding him a little bit. Like, I haven't had the urge or need to talk to him that much because now I'm kind of getting irritated with you. Like, I'm going back and forth with how I want to deal with him. Like, I'm going back and forth on if I really want to keep trying to pursue a relationship with him, or if I want to switch it up and like start dealing with him a completely different way while dating and everything else, other people. Because why am I being exclusive to you and we ain't together? You ain't even did nothing to make me want to be exclusive with you. Why am I telling you, I do love this guy. So when I tell him I love him, I'm not lying. I do love him. But why am I telling you I love you every day like you my man, and you ain't my man? You're not showing me nothing to say you my man. We don't post each other. We ain't been on a date since October 7th. This is December 6th, almost 2 months later. You know what I'm saying? Like, all we've been doing, as I was stating in my last videos, all we've been doing is having sex. Granted, the last couple times I can't complain about because I went along with it because I wanted to do it. But I feel like that's the vibe he on right now because honestly, he has a route coming through here today. And I just haven't called him all day because I don't want to go through the whole, are you going to try to see me and all this? Because no, this time I don't want to. This time I don't want to. And so when you ask me that, you're going to be feeling some type of way when I say no. I don't want to hook up. I don't want to interrupt my week, staying up late, trying to see you late at night, coming to you, doing all of this. I don't want to do that on no Wednesday night. And then he's supposed to be here this weekend, but I haven't called him to figure out what the plans are for him to be here this weekend, if he's still coming this weekend or how long he's going to be. I haven't asked him none of that because quite frankly, I'm not interested. I don't even care because you ain't made no plans. You ain't said, oh, baby, I'm going to be there this weekend. Let's make up for the last time. Let's go somewhere. Let me take you out. Let me do this. Let me do that. You haven't said none of that. So what am I getting excited for? There is no excitement to see you. There's no urge to be like, Yes, I'm ready to see you. Like, that's the thing with this whole situation. Like, I really like him and everything, but I can't put myself back in another situation where I am not getting what I want from the situation. You getting what you want from this situation. I'm not getting anything. What am I getting other than sex? I really want to know, like, what am I getting from you other than sex? What am I looking forward to? It ain't like you trying to take me out. And then when we be on the phone lately, you ain't talking about nothing. We on the phone just to be on the phone. And then you telling me you gonna call me back every time somebody call. So still, we still doing that. I made a whole statement about that in one of my last videos about how I had to tell him to stop doing that. But slowly but surely, he's starting to do that. And so I'm like, okay, so last night, we talked for a little bit, and then he like, oh, my sister's calling me, so let me call you back. I had already made up in my mind that I wasn't gonna answer the phone when he called back, because now I don't even feel like talking to you no more. Like, we wasn't talking about nothing from the jump, and then you said you gonna call me back because your sister calling you. Okay, he called me back around like 10:30 at night. I didn't answer because, number one, I just didn't feel like talking. And number two, I was already getting ready to wind down and go to bed for the night. I got to get up at 6:45. Usually I will talk to him still till midnight or whatever. But I was just like, I'm not interested right now because you're starting to get to me. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not interested right now because it's like, I feel like I keep going around the same circles with you over and over and over again. I keep saying the same thing over and over again. And it's like, you get it for a couple of days and then you start back doing the same stuff I just said I don't like. So I'm like, I feel like, and then that was last night. I haven't called him at all today. It's 1:45. I haven't called him at all today. I just don't like, I feel like when I call him, it's going to be dry. It's going to be like, hey, what are you doing? Working. What are you doing? Working, driving, whatever. What you eat today? How you sleep? It's going to be all of that. And then he's going to probably say he's here in town or whatever the case may be. Do you want to see? No, I don't want to see you. Then it's going to turn awkward because I said I don't want to see you. So I don't know what to do with the situation, honestly, at this point. I'm just kind of like, I'm going to call him because I don't want to be rude, but I just can see how the conversation finna go. And I don't even know what to do with this situation no more, because it's like, am I going to keep on with this? Because I don't see what's the excitement in it for me anymore, because I'm not getting anything that I want from this. I'm not getting no dates. I'm not getting no more special treatment or, nothing from this other than just sex. And I'm like, bro, like, before him, I was celibate for six and a half months before I started talking to him. I can easily go back to that. Like, I don't have a problem with being celibate. Like, I'm good. I don't need sex. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, you harped up on that. You a dude, I'm pretty sure you still doing whatever you want to do too. Anyway, like, you probably was with somebody when you went out of the country. For all I know, as popular as that place is, there's plenty of women that probably was on vacation too. So I'm just like, I don't need sex. I'm good being celibate. And if I don't want to be celibate, I'm good other places, if I wanted to. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just wanted to make this little update video. We still talk. We have communicated again since that last video I made. But now I'm in a place where I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know if I'm going to continue on with this situation and just switch up how I think about him and switch up how I deal with him, and start dealing with him the same way he trying to deal with me, and that's it, and cut out all the love yous and all the baby and all this relationship type talk when it's really not a relationship. So I don't want to have the relationship talk with him again either, because it's kind of like we've been going back and forth with this situation. We've been talking like 6-7 months now. Why do you not know if you want to be in a relationship with me or not, or what is it? Like, he keep talking about when he get off the road and living close to me and all this type of stuff, but you not talking about relationship stuff. You talking about living close to me, so it's easy access to get to you when you want some. That's it. Like, I haven't heard no plans about dating me. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I just wanted to pop back on here and just give another little update about dating after divorce and the situation I've been in, for some months now. And since the last video, I wanted to give like a little update, and it's really just